Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about the ASER report 2017 which has been released recently in January 2018. Now there are certain very important and very interesting facts that this report has come out with and both for RBI and NABARD examination all these facts are very important. The original report is pretty long. It's about 100 to 200 pages and I have found out or figured out all the important facts which are relevant from the examination point of view. Let's get started directly with the report, what the report has to say, and understand what all facts have been provided by the report. Number one, information has been collected from four domains in this report this year, that is, activity, ability, awareness, and aspirations of students in the age group of 14 to 18 years. So 86%, so this is the first time, sorry, that the age group has been increased or age group has been changed. It used to be 0 to 6 years till last year. This year 14 to 18 years age group of students have been analyzed and the report has been created by ASER. Next is 86% of youth in the 14 to 18 age group are still within the formal education system, either in school or in college. That is number one important fact. So it says that more than 50%, almost 86% of the youth in the age group of 14 to 18 are still or are available in the formal education system, either they are in college or they are in school. More than half of all youth in this age group are enrolled in standard 10th or below. Now, there's an important chart that I'm going to discuss in order so that you're able to remember it better. Let us discuss that chart first and then we'll talk about other things. So, the chart here says that standard 10th or below 55%, not enrolled in school 14%, undergrad 6%, and 11th and 12th 25%. So just remember these facts. Let's come back and talk about what exactly these facts have to say. So it says that more than half of all youth in the age group, that is 14 to 18 age group, 54 to 55% are enrolled in standard 10th or below. Another 25% are either in 11th or 12th, 6% are enrolled in undergrad, and 14% are not currently enrolled at all. So both these facts go together. It says that 86% of youth are enrolled, 14% are not enrolled, and out of this 86%, what is the breakup? 55% in school below 10th, 25% in 11th or 12th, and 6% in undergrad or other degree courses. Now, both these facts or all these facts are very important to remember. Next is the enrollment gap between males and females in the formal education system increases with age. So, this is one analysis, one argument that they have created out of their analysis, and it says that the enrollment gap increases when the age of males and females in this age group increase. There is hardly any difference between boys and girls enrollment at age 14, but at age 18 it changes and 32% females are not enrolled as compared to 28% males who are not enrolled. Let's have a look at a chart, infographic, which explains it better. So the infographic here says clearly at age 14 there is no difference in enrollment. But when you enter the age group of 18, then you find that 32% of females are not enrolled in schools or colleges, whereas on the other hand, only 28% of males are not enrolled. So there's a wide gap. A lot of female students, a lot of girls drop out of schools at an early age. That is the conclusion that can be drawn from this report's this particular data. The next fact that we have says at age 14, the percentage of youth not enrolled is 5%. By age 18, this figure increases to 30%. Very important. Enrollment, no enrollment is only 5% when the age group of 14 years is analyzed. But when you analyze or study the age of 18, students in the age of 18, then you see that this figure increases or not enrollment figure increases to 30%, which is very huge. 5% of youth are taking some type of vocational training or other courses. Now, this is a very alarming figure that we have here. According to a report, only 5% of youth are taking some type of vocational training. On the other hand, the government has been saying regularly again and again that it has increased its investment, it has increased a lot of programs, and at the same time the enrollment and study of people towards, or focus of people towards, students towards vocational training has increased by leaps and bounds. But that does not seem to be happening, because only a mere 5% of youth are taking some or the other vocational training courses. Next is 42% of youth in the age group of 14 to 18 are actually working either in agriculture or in non-agricultural sector. So this infographic here brings out this fact very clearly. At the age of 14, only 5% of youth are not enrolled. But when we talk about students at the age group of in the age group of 18, then 30% of youth are found to be not enrolled or non-enrolled. So this is a very big gap in these 4 years that has been analyzed by ASER report. The next one that we have is very important. It says more than half struggle with division 3-digit by 1-digit problem. So you give division problems where in this is, let's say, 4 and this is 112. So 3-digit by 1-digit problems, more than half of students struggle with this division, with carrying out this division. Next is 53% of all 14-year-olds in the sample can read English sentences. For 18-year-old youth, this figure is close to 60%, which is good, which is a good sign, because this means that people are able, or students are able to read English more comfortably when their age is increasing, when they become older as compared to when they are 14 years old. Now, two sets of charts here, two sets of graphs here, which are very important. Something that we've already talked about, but let's talk about it again through these charts. Percentage of youth by years of schooling completed and gender. 8 or more years of schooling, 81% of people of the youth are able to cover or complete 8 or more years of schooling. Less than 8 years, 19% only. This means that majority of the students of the youth are able to cover 8 or more years, which is a good sign. But here is a very alarming situation that we have, that we've already talked about. Taking vocational training courses, only 5% of the students in either 12th or below, or even in undergrad courses are at present taking vocational training courses. So that's an alarming situation, because we need specialization. With the number of youth that we have in the country, we cannot provide everyone an elongated expertise of 3 years or 5 years, and we need vocational training courses to become popular and to be adopted by the students. But that does not seem to be happening at present. The next one that we have is also important. It talks about foundational skills for youth in the age group of 14 to 18. Number one fact, about 25% of this age group cannot read basic text fluently in their own language. More than half struggle with division 3 problems. We've already discussed this. Only 43% are able to do such problems correctly. 53% of all 14-year-olds in the sample can read English sentences, but it increases to 60% when they become 18-year-old. So that's a good sign. But even then, it's an alarming situation. Half of the students in 14-year-old age group are not able to read English sentences. How drastic or how alarming is that? So this was about ASER report 2017, which has been released recently. And these are all the important facts that you need to remember. You don't need to remember anything else. Apart from this, the basics of ASER, which you will find on the website of ASER, all those basics regarding history of ASER, when was it launched, when did it come out with its report for the first time, all those things can also be covered by you separately. So those are the important areas. With respect to current affairs, only these facts are important. Anything else is not important from our examination point of view.